Let's do 613 divided by 2. And we already know it's not going to divide in perfectly because every multiple of 2 is an even number, and this is an odd number. So you can't split it into 2 equal groups. There's going to be something left over, and that's our remainder. Let's do our fact triangle first. So our biggest number is 613. That's our dividend. It's getting divided by 2, so divided in half. And then our quotient is our answer. In the end, you should be able to do this times this plus your remainder, and it will equal 613. I'm going to use the standard algorithm: divide, purple, multiply, red, subtract, green, bring down, blue, and then don't forget to go back up to purple and do it again. It can be helpful to write out your multiples of 2. Of course, the more you practice, if you just know them naturally, that makes this so much faster, but there's nothing wrong with wanting to write this out ahead of time just to have it there. It'll really help speed things up and help you feel confident as you practice. I encourage you to try this on your own first. Pause this video now, do a couple steps, and then unpause and just see how you're doing because you'll remember it better that way. First, we're going to divide. 6 divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. The next step is to multiply. If you are ever stuck, just think about the last thing that you touched. So we put this 3 in, we're going to use it. 3 times 2 is 6. Our next step is to subtract. So we have a 0 there. Then bring down your 1. Now, our next step here, a lot of people like to just keep going down, 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 but once you do the blue, you have to go back up to purple again and divide. And you're dividing 1 by 2. And these questions always used to confuse me because you can't divide 1 by 2, but they're actually not as hard as they look. Don't overthink it. If you can't do it, put a 0. 1 divided by 2, you can't do it. Not with whole numbers anyways. So you just put a 0 at the top. And then you just do the steps the same way. 0 times 2. Anything times 0 is 0. There you go. Subtract again. Then you have that 1 again, and it feels like we just did a lot of nothing here. But that digit up there, that's part of the answer. There's supposed to be a 0 up there. So we did all those steps, and you got your 1. But now you're going to bring down your 3. And now we have a number we can actually work with. 13. All right, pause the video, try to finish this up yourself, and then come check in. We're going to do 13 divided by 2. So how many times can you skip count your 2 to get close to 13? That's too far, so you can get to 12. Now how many times was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 13 divided by 2 is 6. Then we multiply it back down to see how close we got. 6 times 2 is 12. That's the 12 we were just looking at over here. That's as close as we got. And then you subtract to get your remainder. Put your remainder up here in this box. So that means that if you had, say, 613 cookies and you're putting them in 2 groups, you could fit 306 in each group, but you would have one left over that you couldn't divide up. To check your work, you would do 2 times 306. It won't equal 613 because remember, you've got that one extra cookie left over. 2 times 306 is 612. So 2 times 6 equals 612. Let's make this easier to see here. And then you would do 612 plus your remainder, which is 1, equals 613, which is the dividend or the number that we started with.